On Wednesday, February 4th, Madison High School held its annual science fair. The fair featured projects developed by approximately 220 honors chemistry and physics students. Students created experiments in several categories such as biology, chemistry, computer science, engineering, medicine and health, microbiology, physics, astronomy, and more.
We wanted to test a faster relief for headache. So we basically tested Tylenol, Safeway, and CVS brand tablets for headache. And we tested them in 37 degrees Celsius water, which is a normal temperature for body fluids. And we found that the brand name Tylenol tablets dissolve the fastest, which means that they would have had the fastest relief in your body, and their effects can reach all parts of your body.
I really care about the environment, so I wanted to do a project on a clean and non-polluting source of energy, which is ocean waves. There are many different ways to generate power from waves, but I used a prototype. It's a pretty big tube, and it's stationary in the water. When the waves move up, the air that's in the tube gets displaced and pushes a fan that's on top of it. The fan creates energy.
I was wondering what could be used to put out grease fires other than a fire extinguisher, because not many people have those easily accessible. And you can't use water to put out a grease fire either because it'll splatter and spread. So I used baking soda, flour, cornstarch, cocoa powder, sugar, and orange juice to see what would put out the grease fire. Those are easily accessible in most households. Baking soda works the best. It fully extinguished the flame all my trials, and I lowered the amounts from half a cup down to a fourth, down to an eighth, and then down to a 16th of a cup, and it still fully extinguished the fire.
The Chesapeake Bay has a lot of dead zones, and dead zones are areas that have a really low amount of dissolved oxygen in the water, and this is caused by fertilizer runoff, which stimulates the growth of algae. So we looked at 3 different plants to try to find out which one produced the most oxygen, and we found that actually this plant here produces the most oxygen.
For my project, I looked into the effect of body texture on drag coefficient of cars. So basically, drag is created when wind comes in contact with the surface. So our cars create drag, even you create drag when you're walking across the room. And cars that create less drag are much more fuel efficient. So our idea came from a golf ball, which uses small dimples such as this to reduce drag. So when we're looking into testing this, we also wanted to test different textures. So we had dimples, ovals, half ovals, square dimples, channeled lines, and then triangular dimples. And then we had one car that we kept as a control. And one of the trends we found in our cars was the cars that had horizontal lines cutting across the speed of the direction of the wind created much more drag than a car such as this, which had circular lines, which would then create a small layer of air, which the other air could pass over.
Madison High School's science fair was judged by volunteers who are medical doctors, medical research specialists, engineers, and science professionals.